Campers of the world, we have your air inflator, air pump here waiting for you. We have the Gallop U10. I'm calling that Ultra. We're going to dig into this. Let's do that together right now. Hey everyone, this is Tom with Fresh Vintage. Today we're checking out the Gallop U10. Is that Ultra or U1TRA? I'm going to call it Ultra. So awesome little air inflator slash air compressor, and we'd like to thank Gallop for sending this over and sponsoring this video. I'm going to walk and talk as I pull this out of the box because I want to show you what's inside here. This is a more than just an air compressor, and I'll just make note, if you think of this in terms of just an air compressor, you're going to immediately see the price and think it's overpriced. But if you start thinking about inflatable mattresses, the campers of the world, the paddle boarders, the inflatable kayaks, the inflatable crafts of the world, this starts to make a lot more sense. I'm going to put this on the floor. And this price point makes a lot more sense because what you're getting is kind of an all-in-one, dare I say, wonder unit, so to speak. But everything from a 7,800 milliamp hour battery bank to the actual air inflator itself. It both inflates and deflates. We're going to peel this off. Now we can't return it. And we're going to turn this on in just a moment, but I want to show you what is inside the box here. This almost like a lunch box, so to speak. It has a nice kit, an actual air inflation and deflation, and a bunch of adapters. We'll show you the different adapters here. And then up top here, you have your actual typical, automotive air inflation needles, if you want to blow up like a basketball or a football, and obviously tires on cars and motorcycles. The really cool thing I like about this is, as I pull baggie after baggie out here, this has a 12-volt cigarette lighter adapter, so you can basically charge this on the way to the camping trip or the way to the lake or something like that, and then just plug it in once you're done charging, so it charges up and it's back to 100% as you drive back home. There's also USB-A to USB-C charging cable in here too, so that you can charge off of this guy. Let me throw this back in here, and we'll actually turn this on. Let me find the power button here. So there's a couple different modes. It has, call it a car mode, motorcycle mode, and then obviously an air inflation mode. And we're going to do a few things with this. We're going to go check our tires, because one of my tires on my CR-V is low, and we also have a Subaru here, the Forester. I'm going to just spot check the tires now that it's fall and stuff. We're also going to inflate a mattress, and we're also going to deflate the mattress too. So join us as we jump outside, and we're going to go through each of these menus right now. So before we jump outside, let me just quickly go through the different options here. I'm just going to click through and we'll go back to the start. Okay, so this is just your generic. If you want to go sky high, I believe this will go up to 150 PSI. And I just want to see how high this will go. I'm guessing it'll run up to 150 PSI, but nobody's putting that much PSI in a tire, blow it out or whatever. But so let me hit the button over here. So we have car mode, so you can kind of set a default. So if you want your tires at 34 PSI all the time, you just set the default, and then you just go ahead and hit the power button. And so clicking through here, we have a motorcycle, bicycle, basketball, so football, soccer, stuff like that. And then, looks like I just turned it off. Let me turn it back on here. There we go. And so down here we have like kayak, paddleboard, and then an inflatable tent. And what these are doing is setting up so that when you turn it on, it's blowing out just more bulk air versus the actual air compressor part of this. And then this is deflate, and we'll show you that later in the video. But it almost turns it into a vacuum cleaner, so to speak. But let's go ahead and jump outside. We're going to put it in car mode. Let's jump outside and we'll check the tire pressures right now. So we are outside here with our Forester, and I just wanted to mention inside that one main bag, we have the main air hose, typical air compressor hose. And then inside that bag was your needle and then the other little odds and ends, including, this piece that you need. And I'll make note, I wish this was metal, not plastic, because it doesn't feel cheap, but it feels like I would possibly break it. But if it was metal, maybe it wouldn't break. But all that to say, this is easy enough to screw in here. Just get it tight. And then on the actual air inflator, same thing. and we're going to set this for 34 psi. The question I have in my mind is, will this auto shut off once it hits that pressure? My guess is yes, but let's go ahead and turn this on. You got to press it for a few seconds. And then just as a side note, I forgot to mention downstairs, it does have a light. So it's kind of handy if you're out camping or maybe you're on the side of the road doing this at night. So we have it set for 34 there. Actually, let me put it in car mode. So 34. And we're just going to do this. I also wanted to see, okay, good. It does tell us what our current pressure is. So we'll just go ahead and turn this on. And then we'll speed this part up so that you can see this actually pressurizing up to 34 psi. And there we go. Very, very handy. Just shouting out, that was extremely fast. I don't even know that we need to actually speed it up in the video because we did a product test similar to this a couple weeks ago, and going up 4 psi took us like 2 to 3 minutes on that smaller air compressor. But you can tell this definitely has a higher capacity pump in it for the actual like air inflation of mattresses and stuff like that. So we have my 2005 Honda CR-V, and this tire was already low, so I said, hey, why not make it lower? And just for the purposes of the video here, this is, whoops, do that again here, 8 psi. That is in fact at 8 psi. So we have it set to go to 34, and we'll throw a timer on the screen because I'm pretty impressed so far with the, the volume and how fast this pump tires up. I feel like this will have this to 34 psi in 2 minutes, but I want to go ahead and we'll throw a timer up on the screen and see how long this takes. All right. So bravo to Jay for standing there literally like that for about 5 minutes, because that doesn't seem like much, but that actually is a test of endurance in a lot of cases. This worked really well, and it took longer than I thought it would, to be honest. I thought that would do about double the speed that it did, but overall, it was about 5 minutes, give or take. Do a hot check here. Not really hot. I mean, it feels a little bit warm here, but nothing I can't like touch and get burned. But the manufacturer does say, Wind Gallop says this will run up to 30 minutes straight if you're inflating like multiple like inflatable tents or kayaks or something like that. But we're going to run around and hit the rest of the tires here, and then we'll get that mattress out and we'll inflate it next. So we're downstairs here, and we unpacked our twin airbed, and we have this in what we want to call like a general inflation mode. And just to push the buttons to show you here, we're going to go through the top. We got into, there's a kayak, an inflatable tent, and then this is just, it literally looks like a hose icon. And then that's a deflate, like it literally will just, pull air out of something. So I'm going to go back to the inflate, and I don't know what the recommended PSI in this, but the idea is you're supposed to just pump this full until you, kind of like the tire you saw earlier. I make that note because there's a few different connectors, like quick connectors, and I don't know how well you can see that, but that one's kind of a twist lock. This one is another sort of twist lock, and I'm just showing you these in the video so you can kind of make the informed decision if this is the right one for you for your kayak or your inflatable paddleboard or whatever. But none of those actually fit this, so I'm just going to, and forgive that hose, it's probably going to make that thing fall over a couple times, but I'm just going to go ahead and screw this on, and we'll speed this part of the video up. I'm guessing, I was wrong on the tire, but I'm guessing 5 minutes we'll have this full. But that's probably going to fall over multiple times. But I'm just going to turn it on, and we'll speed this part of the video up. There we go. And this mattress actually has a really nice valve in it so that we can not have to worry about quick, put the plug in kind of thing. But That was pretty quick. I don't know if you saw that. I got up to 0.3 psi, but there was also a lot of air escaping because I'm just using this nozzle. The one thing I didn't show you just comes with a generic nozzle for situations like this. But so we're just going to go ahead and do the opposite. I mean, we could just kind of take this off and just let the air come out, but I want to show you the deflate. So let's go ahead and we'll actually flip our hose here. Yeah, we'll just flip our hose. There we go. As a side note, you can feel this is a little bit better engineered than some of the other products we've tested. Everything here, the fit and finish seems pretty good. It is a lot of plastic, but if this was all metal, the price would probably be quite a bit higher. But so far, everything feels pretty solid as far as a product. Let me go ahead and we'll just deflate this. So after a few tries, I'm not able to actually get this valve to open using this end. So I don't want to say we're going to cheat, but we are going to take this off of here, and that's obviously going to let the air come out. But I do want to show you the deflation capability here. And I'll make note, we could just, step on this thing, roll it up, blah, 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 but you can see it's actively deflating this thing. And if you had a kayak or a paddleboard or something that takes these, you could basically just lock it in and then hit the deflate button and walk away for 60 seconds or whatever while you do something else in the car, and this is actually collapsing. Kind of a nice feature to have, all things considered. There's nothing going on the top here. It's just basically deflating air, so. Makes a great hair dryer. Okay, all done being dumb. Wrapping up the video, the Wind Gallop. Nice unit. I like it. What's the official? We were talking about it. It's a U10 U1 TRA or Ultra. I guess they were trying to be catchy with that U1 in there or whatever. But I like this thing. It's pretty cool. If I was going to nitpick anything on it, the flashlight is a tiny bit weak, but it's not that big of a deal. If you are a paddleboarder, if you routinely inflate things, you're going out camping, it made short work of that actual mattress. We were very impressed with that. And we did all this on, I will say we did charge this, just some commentary. If you ever buy one of these in the future, the battery went from green to blue, and we can't find in the manual what blue means because it says green, white, and then red being you got to charge it. So we have no idea what blue means, but if you know, leave us a comment in the future. So overall, really like it. It's a nice unit. I don't know that we ever pointed out in the back here. This is where you charge it, and I believe this is a two-way street, so to speak. You can charge off of this, like charge your phone, so to speak, but this is where you charge it off the 12-volt port. But really cool unit, and just wanted to shout out, if you go on Amazon and you see this and you're like, that price is outrageous, you're probably the person looking for just an air compressor. This is an inflator. This is geared towards people who paddleboard, people who go out camping every single weekend, people who have inflatable tubes, and maybe you're at a school where you just want to knock out one basketball after the next or something, but you need portability. If you're looking for just an air inflator, just an air compressor, definitely check out our video on the Amp Bank. This is the AT003 air compressor or portable air compressor, depending on which side of the box you read. Really, really nice unit. These are two different units. This is obviously geared more towards camping and like larger inflation needs, but if you literally need something to just charge up, put this in the trunk of your car in the glove box because it's very small, definitely check out the video that you can see. It'll be right up here. I'm going to point up in the corner here, and the little link should pop out right above my head. But really nice unit because it's battery powered. It does actually charge your phone if you need like an emergency charging situation, and it'll definitely pump up your tires. So definitely go check that video out. But with that, we appreciate you watching. If you like classic cars, if you like muscle cars, if you like hot rods and horsepower and Chargers and Chevelles and Mustangs and all the rest, Fresh Vintage is your channel. Please like and subscribe. And thanks for watching.